thank you for all the students that came out today. The students that are here today are with the starter program. I mean, with the step up program. And these kids are going to be talking about the startups that they created. Come here. I'm glad I had to skip all of that. All right, now, come here, bro. I was only able to get 3 of your slides. Step up over here. Tell them what you're talking about. All right, hold on. Can we give Donnell a huge round of applause, please?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Darnell Relford. This is my company, Darnell Tech. This company is about fixing tech, repairing tech like phones, consoles, computers, and laptops. Well, my main goal is to get customers to be happy with my services. For customers to be like, oh, this guy is amazing. He got my stuff fixed in this amount of time. So my website is my help. So when you go to my website and make a quote, it will send out an email to me and I'll get back to you within 2 days. If you try to mail in stuff, I'll get it. And when I fix the stuff, I'll send out a shipping label to you for you to get your device.
All right, let's give Darnell a round of applause.
Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany Gamble and I'm the leader for Step Up. This is their Tech Academy. I just want to brag on Darnell for a minute. He was 8 years old when he got a computer for Christmas and it didn't work. So he got on YouTube and started trying to figure out how to fix his computer, and he did that. So, and by 9, he started coding just from trying to understand what was wrong with his computer. So now he is a mogul, he programs, he codes, he does AI, Claude, all of that. So if you need any devices fixed, computers, laptops, if you need to upgrade your computer, if you have a phone that's broke, a tablet, he's the guy to do it. And he's only 14 years old.
Thank you, Tiffany. All right, next we have Satchel Solutions.
Hi.
Oh, hold on. Can we give her a round of applause? Can we give her a round of applause?
Hi, good morning. My name is Jaya Barnes, and today my business is Satchel Solutions. And basically what I sell is all types of bags, crossbody bags, laptop bags, anything that you need. That they're a very affordable price and very durable and stylish. And today, what I'm going to be working on is Satchel Solutions. It is about, think about a bag you carry every day. It's stylish, durable, organized, affordable. Most bags offer one or two things of that. That's why I created Satchel Solutions. The brand designed to give customers everything that they need in one bag. Satchel Solutions creates fashionable, dependable bags without charging unreasonable prices. We believe a bag should do more than carry belongings. It should carry life easier, represents the person carrying it. Our mission is simple. Combine style, comfort, organization. Our vision is to become a trusted brand known for affordable products, creative designs, and sustainable choices.
Let's give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right, yo, got my boy, Mr. Jim here from Nebraska's Enterprise Fund. Listen, I want you guys to give this guy a huge welcome. He's been out here in Nebraska doing a lot of great stuff for a lot of startups in the community. Please, a huge round of applause for Mr. Jim.
Thank you, Glenn. Gracias to Glenn. Buenos dias. Glenn Medio, que no puedo hablar español hoy. I can't speak Spanish today, but good morning to everybody. Jim Wright with Nebraska Enterprise Fund. Francisco is right back here too. He'll get referred to in a couple minutes, so if you need help, he's even smarter than I am on this.
Hey, I just smashed the clip with both, so you're gonna have to work with me.
There you go. Perfect. Well, I just want to thank you all for being here. Tiffany, somewhere over here, thanks for bringing the students in. Thank all of you. You're our next hope. You're our next entrepreneurs, so thank you so much. And, anybody has a phone or he needs some help, where's their elbow? He needs some help fixing some technology over here.
It's over, bro. Smash.
So, super proud of you guys. So thank you for being here. There's over 50 organizations in Nebraska helping small businesses getting started up and getting going. I want to take some time today to put Nebraska Enterprise Fund in context, some of the things we do. We're more than just lending. We do technical assistance, coaching, training, things like that. And the other thing is, this is a hub. The great thing about what we do is it's an ecosystem. Come to us, come to Startup Academy, come to NBDC, come to Grow Nebraska. You're going to get connected. You're going to find the ecosystem. So thanks for coming for that today. And again, Francisco, thanks for coming here. He helped me put together some of the deck and giving me some moral support, so appreciate that. What is NEF? Nebraska Enterprise Fund is what's called a Community Development Finance Institution. We're certified every year by the U.S. Department of Treasury. We're going through a recertification right now with the U.S. Department of Treasury, and it's much more detailed. It's a 5-year certification process. What do? We lend to small businesses. We work and provide training and coaching to small businesses. If you're looking at real estate development, there's a CDFI in town called Spark Capital. They're a great place to go. If you're looking for housing, there's other CDFIs in town like Omaha 100, where you can go get help in the housing area. So CDFIs, keep that in mind. There's about 1,200 around the country, and we are one of those, and there's about 11 or 12 in Nebraska. We focus on small businesses, like I said, typically, not exclusively, typically it's businesses with 10 or fewer employees. That's about 86% of Nebraska businesses and about 92% of all businesses across the U.S. The other cool thing, and this number is a little old, it's over $5 trillion in the economy. Okay, so each of you doing a small business is making up 1/3 of our economy. The only other sector in the economy that makes up that much is education sector. So it's because of the small businesses that we're growing our country. What have we done over the past 5 years? Just to give you an idea, we've lent out over $28 million. We're ranging between $5 and $10 million a year right now with different programs. We funded 314 businesses. A couple of them are in the room today. A few of them are joint clients where we've worked together. We've impacted over 1,200 jobs. Okay, we want that to be bigger because we want you to be successful. This is a key point too. We've also funded 159 of those 314 are startup businesses with 2 years or less of time in business. Oftentimes people say, well, you don't give a loan, I can't get money for my startup. You can, and we'll talk about that a little bit, what we look for. We've had over 17,000 people go through training and over 15,000 one-on-one training and consulting over the last 5 years. So what do we do on the business development? One thing is one-to-one coaching and mentoring. Okay, Francisco has anywhere from 4 to 6 meetings a day. Our B.E.N team, I'll talk a little bit about them, but they work with veterans. They have 4 meetings a day approximately. I'll do a meeting about every other day. We have staff out in western Nebraska. We have staff focused in eastern Nebraska, ready to meet with you, talk to you about your business. How can we help? How can we connect? And that's a big thing, and I'm sure you've all heard it. Oh, I'm scared to tell anybody my idea. Nobody's going to steal your idea. First of all, 99% of the people don't understand it, and 99% of the people that do are too lazy to do it. So come talk to us. We help connect to other organizations, other banks, all the time. Second thing is we have the program called Credit as an Asset. We can actually do soft pulls with credit, and we can do training on credit. So if you have an interest or a need, again, let Francisco and his team know. They can help get you with a soft pull for credit and so forth. We do workshops and trainings all the time. Francisco's got a busy training schedule, both virtual and live, in person. We're looking at doing a book club coming up here soon. We're looking at several other things. Big thing I do want to stress, Manny's going to be on one of the panels, and where did Maggie go? She was right there. You moved on me. Maggie's going to be a moderator for one of our panels at our Startup to Success on September 11th. A lot of you went the last several years, but that's something to watch for. We do QuickBooks trainings, we do resource fairs, all kinds of activities. If you want to engage, let us know. Another big thing, this is a big new thing for us. We're super proud of it. I am not the expert. Francisco is the expert on this, but it's called Growth Wheel. It's a 24/7 business training platform. There's 19 different business trainings where you can get a certificate. We're working with the Nebraska Indian Community College on looking at the possibility of getting community education and continuing education credits. But Francisco is a genius on this. He does 2-3 classes a month just learning how to do this. Secret, all of you can do this, especially Darnell. It's all free and it's all 24/7. Okay, so if you have questions about business concepts, about customer relationships, financials, ownerships, there's modules, there's training, there's coaching. Some of the coaching includes business planning, marketing. Am I profitable? How do I budget? How do I do my financial overview? Again, all these are available. Francisco does 2 trainings a month at least. Andy has a sign up right here. Andy, if you get stuck, talk to him. He's the expert. If you talk to me, I'm going to send you to the expert. But this is brand new. Another thing, I think a lot of you know and heard of this. This is a Veterans Business Outreach Center. We can work with people that are veterans or military affiliated. So if you had a father, brother, sister, spouse that has served, you're eligible for the Veteran Business Outreach Center. It's really similar to our normal coaching, but we can give concierge service to our veterans and their family members. And it's not just the veterans, it's also reservists, guards, and so forth. So keep that in mind. And if you know somebody that's been in the military, any of you have a parent that's been in the military, with them, you can sign up and be a part of this program. Okay. The lending, because I get a lot of questions about lending. One key change here, we have just internally changed our internal lending level up to $250,000. So we're not, I think the old days it was up to 150, that's up to 200 now. What we have access to two different SBA products. One is called Community Advantage. It's very similar to 7A, but we can be a little more flex and we can also underwrite it in-house. So we can do things that the bank can't do with because of that. We also borrow money from SBA to lend out to you through the micro lending program. We have our own funding through several banks as well. So what are we looking for? We're looking for businesses that can demonstrate cash flow. Okay, so we're not at the ideation phase, but oftentimes we're at the early startup phase where businesses, I need something to get going, I can't get funding from the bank yet, come talk to us. We do need a strong marketing plan, but again, Francisco and his team are totally capable of helping you there. Typically, what we're finding is the businesses we work with have trouble maybe with collateral, so they can't get into the banking system because of collateral. Maybe they have dings on their credit score. Good news about that, we have classes for that, but we also No, whatever your situation is today, you can change it and make it better. Also, what we hear a lot, and I know some of you in the room have heard this, well, you don't have experience. It's like, you have experience, maybe not the experience the bank wants. Okay, another bank product we have, and this is a little bigger product, we can match this money with a bank loan, and where we've been super successful, this is one of our clients. They came to us several years ago, got a $40,000 loan, started their business. They came back to us with a bank. It was a few $1 million. I can't give up more details. They were buying a bigger building. They were cash flowing. They were growing and expanding, but they needed more space. So we used this product. So the bank did about 60%, we did about 30%, they did about 10%. So that's through the state small business credit initiative. We call it SSBCI. So this is something where maybe I have some bank financing, but I don't have all the bank financing I need. So we can use that. The details are here. Francisco and I both can talk through that as well. Last big slide I have, things we're going to look at. And I'm not going to go into detail because we would do something with MCC and BDC through MCC here, but this could be a whole hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. But the C's of credit, there's anywhere from 4 to 6. I use 6 because then we hit everything. First one's character. Are you paying on time? Are you taking care of your bills? If something happened in your past, what are you doing to correct that? What are you doing to make it better? Second one is cash flow. This is super important. I see a lot of people come to us and it's like, I want to do a business. Business is hard to fund. But Darnell, if he came to us and said, I want help to grow, we'd say, yeah, Darnell, you're already making money, you got an idea, you got potential. So he's got cash flow already. He's got momentum. He's got what we call traction. We're looking at capacity. What kind of experience do you have? Have you done this before? Have you run a business before? Have you supervised people before? Whatever it is, what's the cash flow? What's your capacity? Okay? What's your skill set? Okay, if you're gonna go into culinary arts and you've never done cooking, we're gonna ask a few questions. Have you gone through MCC, through the culinary course? Why do you think you have capacity to do this type of work? We're gonna look at your capital. Typically, we recommend at least 10% cash. Why? Something happens. Anytime you make a business plan, it changes. So you need to have that little buffer. Okay? What happens if you're renting a space, AC breaks, and you have zero cash? Yesterday, it would have been tragic. So we're looking for a little bit. We do look at collateral. It's not our first thing, so we have workarounds. Depending on what you're looking for, we're going to do our best to try. We don't put that's not the first question we ask. We know some funders, that's the first thing they ask for. What's my collateral? That's, for us, about 5. Then we look at conditions. Okay, the world today, there's always something. There's some businesses that are going to have an upward climb. Some businesses, it's super time to get in. The other thing we look at is maybe you're in a tough business right now, but you have a niche. What's your niche? What makes you different? So just a couple clients. Some of you know Joe Hodges. He runs Lionsgate. We work with Joe Hodges, and we started with them in 2012. They had less than 10 employees at the time. They have over 100 employees and work in 6 different states now. You already saw Sheena and her husband running Remedy Roads. They came to us with nothing, started their first event home with $40,000. They're now knocking it out of the park, making 7 digits a year. So that's the fun part. Questions?
Let's give a round of applause.
Thank you, Jim, for the great presentation about the resources that the Nebraska Enterprise Fund offers. So now this will be the time of the question and answer session. So if you have a question, I will pass around the microphone. Any questions?
Is any of the training online or are they live classes?
Growth Wheel is going to be 100% online, Manny, but we're also looking at some cohort opportunities. We're not that far with the cohorts. We are working with Startup Academy, and I don't see Charlie here, so I'll call him out. But Michael and Charlie are getting together to try to make that more coordinated as well. So those 19 courses are all online. Francisco is looking at some ways to augment with a hybrid as well. The book club, for example, that would be all in person. The quick books, when we do that, it's all in person, but we do those several times a year.
Any additional questions?
As long as it's not politics and religion, I think they say you can ask the other questions.
Jim,
Yes.
if you had any advice to give to these kids that are in this room, what would you say to them in regards to what you do?
I give it to everybody, not just the kids. Do just like Darnell. Honestly, find a niche, find an expertise, and start doing. Because once you start doing, then you know whether it's successful or not. The last thing I'll say, entrepreneurs, sometimes we say, oh, entrepreneurship's risky. The key to entrepreneurship is finding that market gap and using that market gap to make sure you can make money. Nothing wrong with making money as long as it's ethical and legal. So find that gap, do it. If it doesn't work, adapt and pivot quickly.
Thank you, Jim. Another question that I have is for someone who might need more experience before starting a business, what would you suggest, or how could an individual gain more experience in a specific industry before starting a business?
Find out, Mark, what are you interested in doing? And get involved in that type of business. I'll give an example. In grad school, I had one of my classmates wanted to go into bricklaying. He knew nothing about bricklaying, but he wanted to use it as a social mission and a social job, but he knew he had to start as an apprentice. So he had an MBA, and he started as a bricklaying apprentice. So that he could get to the point where he was able to run the business. So start, get some experience, grow that portfolio, save a little bit of money while you're growing your portfolio.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Are there any other questions from the audience? Okay.
Just how do we get a hold of Francisco?
Francisco's right back here, but Francisco S at netbiz.org. And this one, not this one. You can contact both of us. We'll get back to you. And take advantage of the training, though. He does some great training.
Okay. If there's no additional questions, one really comes, we always like to ask our speakers, what can we as a community do to help support the Nebraska Enterprise Fund?
Biggest thing, honestly, take advantage of what we have to offer. Okay, Growth Wheel, we've made a big investment. We want to make it accessible to all of you. Our training, most of our training is either minimal cost or zero cost. Take advantage of it. Next resource fair we have, come through it. We're going to have 26 different exhibitors. It's all free. Startup to Success, there's just a small cost, but it's enough to cover food. But you get to see people like, Annie will be there, but you get to see people like Maggie there. Scott's been there at times, and so forth. Francisco will be there. So, take advantage of these things. The other thing you can do that really help us is if you see somebody that is kind of, how do I get going? Send them to us, or send them to Startup, or send them to NBDC or MCC, but get them into the ecosystem. Those are the biggest two things, referrals and check us out.
I got one more question, actually. I was just curious how the Nebraska Enterprise Fund, what's like your roadmap for helping small businesses adopt more AI tools and like helping them scale a little faster? Touchy subject, I see.
That's one of the areas we're still developing. Francisco and Michael are both much better at AI than I am. So we'd be open to suggestions there. Or I've got a good friend over. Tiffany keeps moving on me. Sorry, you don't move on me. Tiffany's a great resource too when it comes to AI. She's a genius in the AI field. So there's a lot going on. So that's not our strength. It's something we're looking at.
Any other last questions from the audience? Well, thank you, Jim, again for presenting today. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to just mention if there's anyone who is here for any of the office hours to help assist any entrepreneurs or any individuals interested in seeking resources. So if there's anyone from Move, Venture Capital, AQI, Barrett Holden, if anyone wants to raise their hands, who's there. Thank you all for being here. So afterwards, after 1 Million Cups, if you are interested in seeking any of their advice, please, I encourage you to seek them out. We also want to thank Bear Home for providing the coffee each week for 1 Million Cups, and we appreciate all the other supporters with 1 Million Cups as well. If there's anyone who want to go back, please. There's also, too, if there's anyone from ASCII, Nebraska Innovation Labs, or ODSA, the Omaha Data Science Academy, and NBDC, Nebraska Enterprise Fund, the Commonwealth, and SourceLink Nebraska, if you would please raise your hands so the audience is aware you're here. And again, we appreciate your continued support for coming each week to 1 Million Cups to help the entrepreneurial community. So thank you. Okay, so now is the time we want to provide an interactive opportunity for the audience to announce any interesting upcoming events that are going to be occurring that the audience may be interested in. So just again, we'll have 1 Million Cups next week. There will also be a couple of upcoming events. There's Cash Flow Basics, 3 in-person. Okay. Oh, it's old? Okay. My apologies. Okay. So now I'll open up the audience to the audience if anyone has any interesting events that they want to pass along to the attendees. I'll pass around the microphone. If there's any community events. If there's no other events, then also I want to encourage you, as we're still in the summer traveling season and even any time throughout the year, if you're interested in going to another 1 Million Cups location, there's plenty of them throughout the Midwest and also throughout the country. So even if you're not in Omaha on a Wednesday, please feel free to go to the 1 Million Cups website and you can search for other 1 Million Cups events within other cities. I think that would be a great opportunity to better understand the various entrepreneurial ecosystems in other cities. Again, if you're interested in applying to present, we're always looking for individuals and entrepreneurs who are interested in presenting and providing an opportunity to present and share your business ideas. So if you are interested in doing so, please scan the QR code on the screen, and we'd be interested in following up to review your various business ideas and see if you'd be interested in presenting them. And again, please follow us on social media, again, for updates on future speakers. So you can scan the QR code to check us out on LinkedIn, Instagram, and X. So thank you again for attending 1 Million Cups this week. Have a great week. We look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.